Thank you for telling us that Kirana Hill houses some nuclear installations.
This is how the Indian Air Force's Air Marshal AK Bharti responded to reports claiming that India struck a site in Pakistan housing the country's nuclear infrastructure during the 4-day military standoff. These claims reportedly surfaced after satellite imagery purportedly showed damage to the Mushaf air base in Pakistan's Sargodha, which is believed to be linked to the underground nuclear storage sites beneath the Kirana Hills. Following this, new claims surfaced stating that a US Department of Energy nuclear emergency support aircraft, the B350 AMS, landed in Pakistan, as reportedly seen in the flight tracking data published by Flight Radar 24. The reports of the aircraft flying over Pakistan further triggered speculation that a radioactive leak may have happened after the alleged strike, and the plane was deployed to assess the extent of radioactive activity. Shortly after these claims started gathering traction on social media, several netizens and defense tracking pages in India inferred that Pakistan likely sought US intervention for a ceasefire.
मैं सदर ट्रंप का खुसूसी शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूं जिन्होंने जंग बंदी के लिए मुखलिसाना किरदार अदा किया.
It was agreed between them that both sides would stop all firing and military action.
Because a nuclear site was hit and because it dreaded further strikes on its nuclear infrastructure. Additionally, some reports in foreign media stated that Pakistan was concerned about strikes on its nuclear command. A former US official familiar with Pakistan's nuclear program was quoted by the New York Times as saying, Pakistan's deepest fear is of its nuclear command authority being decapitated. The missile strike on Noor Khan could have been interpreted as a warning that India could do just that. These claims have now been categorically shot down by India in what seemed to be a sarcastic dig at such reports.
Thank you for telling us that Kirana Hill houses some nuclear installation. We did not know about it. Okay. And we've not hit Kirana Hills, whatever is there. Okay. I did not brief in my briefing yesterday. Thank you.
Later, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, although he didn't mention Kirana Hills, warned Pakistan that India will not tolerate any nuclear blackmail.
कोई भी न्यूक्लियर ब्लैकमेल भारत नहीं सहेगा. न्यूक्लियर ब्लैकमेल की आड़ में पनप रहे आतंकी ठिकानों पर भारत सटीक और निर्णायक प्रहार करेगा.
However, amid official denial, the alleged flight of the US nuclear safety aircraft remains a mystery. Some prominent open-source intelligence bloggers said the aircraft had been turned over to the Pakistan Army Aviation in 2010. Notably, Pakistan does operate a variant of the B350 aircraft, but there is currently no information on whether the Pakistani aircraft was mistaken for the US B350 AMS, an aircraft that is mainly used for radiation monitoring and nuclear emergency response. The Sargodha garrison, a large complex in and around the Kirana Hills, is, as per the Indian accounts, a nuclear testing site reportedly used by Pakistan to advance its nuclear program between 1983 and 1990. Today, however, it reportedly serves as a nuclear weapons storage site connected to the adjacent Pakistani Air Force base Mushaf. Allegedly, a combination of loitering munitions and penetrating weapons were used to target the hardened facility at the hills, locally referred to as the Black Mountains due to its brownish terrain. At the press briefing on the 12th of May, Bharti had presented a list of targets that he said Indian forces did hit under Operation Sindoor, including Pakistani air defense radars, airfields and other military installations, providing visual evidence to back up his claims. But there was no mention of the Sargodha garrison in Kirana. On the night of May 7th and 8th, the Indian Air Force had launched Operation Sindoor with attacks it says hit 9 targets that it described as terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan and on Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Pakistan acknowledged that 6 locations on its territory were targeted in Operation Sindoor, but claimed that none of them were terrorist camps.